Voy a mover el agua y más va a salir.
In the Peruvian Amazon, black droplets bubble up in stagnant water next to a rusty pipeline. Uarina leader Wilmer Macusi said it's oil from past spills, and that it still seeps into the backwaters near his Santa Rosa village.
Nos han dicho que todo ya está limpio.
They told us everything is already clean, and then down there, another spill. This is the second, another spill. With this, there will be 2 spills that have occurred in this area.
Sería dos derrames que había en esta zona.
These plastic barriers are supposed to stop a spill. Instead, they are drooping ineffectively. Now, oil companies looking for a revival in the north of the country are asking if Amazon communities here can skip over a seemingly harmful past to reboot the multi-billion-dollar oil industry. But indigenous people claim oil extraction brings pollution, not progress. This region once pumped more than half the country's oil, peaking at about 200,000 barrels a day back in the 80s. Though community opposition and the cost of cleanup drove oil production much lower after 2020. And key extraction blocks, plots of land where oil can be extracted, went dormant. But now, state oil firm Peru wants many of them active again. Macusi's community, where children play freely among nature, sits here, and close to it is a pipeline built in the 1970s, blamed for repeated spills. It connects a nearby oil field with the leaky, aging North Peruvian pipeline. Macusi says 2 years after the last rupture, crops still fail and fish have vanished. Others see the Amazon in a different light. Jorge Rivera spoke to Reuters with a picture behind him of his father, one of Peru's first Amazon oil drillers. Rivera is betting that his small company, Upland Oil and Gas, will succeed in its contract with Peru to restart production on a long-paralyzed extraction block. That's without repeating the industry's polluted past and while helping indigenous peoples.
Con nosotros, ellos se iban a beneficiar directamente.
With us, they would benefit directly because we had a strategy to create additional work for them and generate a continuous income during the extraction activities.
Durante las actividades de extracción.
But mistrust runs deep. Many studies over decades have found that animals and indigenous people living near Peru's oil fields have raised levels of lead, mercury, cadmium, and arsenic. In a small Santa Rosa clinic, health technician Yvette Maldonado said she sees the impact from oil spills firsthand.
Cuando ha habido este derrame de petróleo, el agua se contamina de...
When there's been an oil spill, the water gets contaminated with oil and the community here consumes that river water. And mostly because of that contaminated water they consume, they get diarrhea.
Les da diarrea.
A lot of diarrhea.
Peru insists the pipeline is reliable and says oil spill damage is temporary and reversible. It blames many recent spills on deliberate attacks, which have become a source of illicit income in poor river towns. And Rivera's company Upland is continuing to drill while offering indigenous residents jobs, training rapid response spill teams, and setting up a community-run fund from oil sales. But as of last month, community leaders say they have yet to see that money. And they want a proper cleanup from past spills before they entertain the idea of more drilling.